Hello and welcome to day 17 of Die Cut December. My name is Natalie and today I'm going to be using these dies to create a card for you. I've got a fairly large rectangle die plus a Hello die and a U die because this is going to be a Hello U card. So this morning I thought I would introduce you to my pouch of Pretties. This is where I keep all the leftover bits of mixed media that I create as part of my card making or journaling projects, and they all go in here because I know at some point I'll be able to use them. Today I've selected a rainbow of scraps, and these are all created in different ways with a bit of embossing, a bit of heat embossing, a bit of gel plate printing, some stenciling, some smushing. That was where you blow bubbles into some washing up liquid and water with a bit of dye in it. So that was a fun one to do, very old school. And this was from the other day where I did the Sending You Sunshine card. So I've got pretty much a full rainbow, I think, with the addition of some aqua. And I'm going to die cut my sentiment pieces from this. But before we do that, I'm going to create my card base. So I've got some hammered white cardstock, and this card is about 4 by 6 inches. And I've cut a panel out of the same card using this large rectangle die. I have it taped to a piece of laminated cardstock to protect the front of the card that goes through, because if you don't do that, you'll get all the scratches from your cutting plates embossed into the front of your piece of paper. So this is what I do with open dies where there's no metal to protect the die cut. So now I want to cut a strip of paper the same height as my panel on here, but just slightly narrower than my Hello die cut's going to be. Seems to be some embossing powder left over from yesterday. So I'm going to put that on the back there and just come in. I think that'll be, yeah, just over an inch. In fact, I'm going to make it an inch. And I'm going to cut off the bits that I don't want. Can use that for something else, and then line up the die cut back in the die with that pencil mark level with the cutting part. So that should be absolutely fine in there. I think I'm going to need a bit of tape to hold it down, and we'll run that through my cuttle bug. So now I've got a piece that should be about an inch wide all the way down. That is going to go on there, but not before I've embossed it. I've got this embossing folder. Again, this is a charity shop find, and it's by Santoro London. That's all I know about it. And it's got hearts on, which I think is appropriate for a Hello You card. And I'm just going to line that up there, like that, so that we get some hearts on it. So there, we've got some lovely dimension on that. So I'm going to put this on here in a bit, but I'm not entirely sure where I want it. So I'm going to cut my die cut sentiments out first. So I've just snipped those down so they'll be a little bit easier to put through the die cutting machine. I'm going to use my mini Gemini for this because it's great for little sentiment dies. And I've chosen parts of my Pretties here that are all of a similar value, a similar saturation. I want them all to look the same, not have one particularly that's going to pop out more than the others. So you see here, this bit is quite dark, so I'm going to select from that bit there, which is a similar value, I think, to those ones. So I'll just do that really quickly. So now I've got those all ready, I'm going to cut Hello You this time out of some gold glitter cardstock. I'll run it through once and then run it the other way because sometimes glitter card needs a bit of extra help. Now it's time to assemble. I'm going to put the hellos on there slightly off-centered. I do like to have things off-center a lot of the time. I think it's just more pleasing to the eye. There's a wee bit of muck on there. I don't know where that's come from, so I'm just going to wipe it off with an eraser. So let's get that stuck down. about here, so that this edge is sort of on the 1/3. So that's 1, 2, you get the 3/3. 3/3, yes, that's right, isn't it? So I'm going to have my rainbow of colours there, and then about 1/3 of the way down, so we've got this third, that third, that third, 1/3 of the way down, have my gold Hello You, like that. So it's just a little bit different, something that becomes a focal point. Now I could stack the end of these die cuts a little bit, because obviously they're raised slightly on this side, but I don't think I will. I think I will just let them sit against the card there, because this is the bit where the change in level occurs, and I don't think that's particularly noticeable. So I'm going to do my little trick of laying down some glue, if I can get it out of the glue pot, and spreading it out with my glue spreader, nice and thin, and then carefully dipping that in there, pressing it down, and then picking it up and putting it back on. I want to get them all looking the same. The whole point of repetition is to make things look like they're the same thing repeating over and over again. So I want to try and lay them all down at the same angle and at the same spot. I'm going to come in from the bottom as well as the top, and that way we might be in with a chance of getting everything spaced nicely. Using glue as opposed to micro glue dots or double-sided tape on the back is just giving me a little bit of wiggle time to get everything laid down and spaced out right. So I'm going to use some Nouveau drops in pale gold, crystal drops, metallic pale gold. They're a bit cold, but I think these ones behave generally very well. So again, just to bring the eye to the gold sentiment. Oh, hang on, that one's turned into a Christmas tree. There we go. Oh, might have to wipe that one off. Disaster averted. Let's get a little bit of that out. There we go. So this is just bringing the attention again to this little area of focus. Right you are, here's this one finished. A nice little Hello You card with a rainbow of Hello Yous and some gold glitter on it. I think it would look absolutely fine without the dots, or you could use some smaller gems or something. If you didn't have any Pretties to cut your sentiments from, you could use scrapbook paper, or you could just create a rainbow blended panel, flick some things at it, stamp some things on it, and then cut out your sentiments from that. Right, thanks for joining me for day 17. Do come back tomorrow for day 18 of Die Cut December. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.